Yo guys, here's a video on some thoughts on a topic I've been talking with my students who are going to compete soon and other coaches, and something I've thought about and talked about on this channel before is with competing in anything really, but especially wrestling, grappling, martial arts, fighting, jiu-jitsu. Knowing how to grapple, being a good grappler and winning a match is pretty separate skills. Competing and learning to win, having a winner's instinct and a winner's mentality is something that takes practice. I've never expected any of my students, no matter how good they were or how much I believe in them, realistic expectation on their first few competitions. I don't have any real expectations. Yeah, I know they have the ability, but you never know until they're actually out there competing, how they're going to handle it, how their mind is going to be, how they're going to respond to the stress of it. So what I'm getting at is you can do everything right. I've seen it countless times. People who are effective grapplers, like, they know how to roll, they know how to flow, they're not spastic, they're, capable grapplers for sure. And they don't lose by just going out there and being a bitch, or, they don't just have a huge tactical fail and you could point out exactly why they lost, but for some reason the wins just elude them. And I know that a lot of people deal with that. And it has to be something mental then, obviously. Something psychological or tactical. And I'm thinking maybe it could be with training. A lot of people love jiu-jitsu because it's, or grappling in general, an escape mentally in a way that you can kind of just go and roll. Everybody likes to roll the last part of class. Everyone's favorite part of class, when you're just scrapping and you don't really have time to think, or you don't get to think a lot. You're just going and rolling and grappling, and that's why it feels fun and like zen sometimes. But as you get better, and if you're more serious about it, you get more comfortable and present in the moment, and rolling exchanges or grappling scenarios to where you can start to think. You got to slow things down a little. You got to become tactical. You got to become strategic, even in training or live rolls. So I would recommend, if that's something that you have a problem with, you kind of space out, or you rely on just instinct, just flowing, just kind of scrapping, you need to get a lot more playful training in, or intentional training. Like, only work on a specific thing. If you go to do classes at your gym or whatever, your coach likely has you do situational rounds where you're just working on a specific goal or objective. Those are really good, but you need to try to do those while you're grappling someone, while you're going live, so that when it's a match and there's points and there's different scenarios, you got to win those little battles and be present of the clock, of the time, of all this stuff. You can't just go into a daze and start going on instinct and making bad decisions and stuff like that. That's where winning, I think, is decided. Who's more, comfortable in the chaos, who's more present, who's stepped into that situation more. But the more you do it in training and the more you compete, the more comfortable you'll get, the easier it'll get. You can't just expect to have this off the bat. That's the point of this video. It takes time. It's a skill just like any other. Grappling is a skill. Competing and winning matches is another skill. And yeah, take it from me. I've wrestled since I was a little kid. I've competed in all styles of grappling, many styles of martial arts. It's a journey. It takes a lot of time and a lot of ass whoopings and a lot of blunders to really get good at it. So if you're someone who winning seems to elude you, or you don't feel very present while grappling on the mat, whether it's training or competition, I would recommend a lot of playful style, like warm-up flowing. If you can't flow, that's a problem to begin with. That means you're spaz, you're stiff. You should be able to grapple at a low intensity without hurting someone. Like if you were going with someone much smaller than you, or weaker than you, or new, or a female, or someone younger, you should be able to get something out of training with them without hurting them or going hard or using a bunch of strength. So basically, sum it up, don't be a spaz. Chill on the training. Try to become tactical. Try to be, more thoughtful of how you're grappling and what you're doing, and work on things instead of just going out trying to win every match in training. So trying to win less in training will get you wins more in competition. It's the end of the rant. I'll see you in the next one.